Yes, hello everyone. I hope you're doing well. Uh, I think we are streaming now, so I hope you're doing well. Sorry for the little bit delay. I just was caught up uh, with some things. And just give me a second. Okay, so basically what we see now, I'm just going to show you my high time frames. Just give me a second. Yeah, so basically now as you can see my high time frames. And you can see what you can see now is basically what we did overnight. We're still balanced down. You see on the yearly, on the quarterly we try, but we fail to break down below the fourth quarter. You see some rejection here, and but on the weekly you see that we try to squeeze up. We found some rejection on the DVA low of the second week of the September. Uh, but we failed to break below. So I was expecting for price to do this, do the squeeze up, find some rejection, and fall below, and retest the lows here at this level. Instead, what we did so far is basically we did this, we tested the lows, we didn't go all the way down, and now we're just retesting it, and we try to get into it. So my point of view is actually I'm gonna take the long, especially above the VWAP, aiming for the highs. In other case scenario, if we fall below, I'm just gonna take the short through here, or the short if we break below the yesterday's previous day low. So that's basically my plan for today, and I'm gonna show you, of course, on my intraday chart as well. It seems for the market since the overnight was imbalance up, was trying to squeeze, but many times we tried to squeeze and we just failed. And we had this, this elevator down moves. So go back into intraday chart. Okay, so basically now we saw some rejection again, tested again with the opening. We found some rejection. It's still not the place to enter, but the previous DVA low is at 55.90s. So basically we're around here, which has been proven a major key point. You see here there were like a few rejections. So if we break above here, especially here, or especially here, I'm just gonna try a long if we see some establishment, or I'm gonna try some rejections from it, which is the basic thing what we saw on the weekly. So I'm gonna try some longs here. If we make it to this high, it's gonna take my profits, or some rejections from here both in here. So basically that's a whole, like that's in the area. That's yeah, that's in the area because the weekly VWAP is around here. So it would be more safe to enter above the weekly, to be honest. We're still in the sellers area. If we break above the weekly, then we have a chance to test the weekly DVA high, which is at 56, 52, which is above 56, 52 is about this area. So we try now to see how it's going to play out. Otherwise, in case we don't go up and we just find some rejection here, this is a key area, by the way, so we'll see how it goes. If we find some rejection there, I'm gonna try and take the short as well because it's the previous weekly DVLO, as we said before, which is trying to break now, but may fail. If it fails, then I can take all the way down up to here. Or if it breaks below, I'm just gonna carry it down. We see some key rejection now. The volume is but the volume is very big, as we see here for the bulls. So our core setup is the failed breakdown. So we basically want to see maybe go below this area, failed breakdown in this area. That was a key area as well. Yesterday, you see all the rejections. So we may dip below and we may do like this, fail, dip below and go up again. This is something I'm interested in as well. For now, I'm just looking any acceptance above the VWAP, which, as I said, is a 5605. Is above here. It's about somewhere here. But we need to bear in mind that this is a seller's area. This is a seller's area. But the bulls are seem determined to push higher today, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm just gonna bring okay. So let's bring now. I'm gonna bring my high time frames and adjust them. Okay, it's very bullish today. It's already up 1.3%, which is massive. As we see here, I see this in this chart as well. We're trying to recover, so this is a leg up, but in this whole area, there are sellers. There's a zone of sellers we need to break through. So there's a high potential. We're going to see another retest or even go down below. So we're just waiting to see the reaction. How buyers are very strong and determined to break through this area in order to retest these levels. We broke within the weekly previous DVA low now, and I'm just waiting to see the reaction to the weekly VWAP, which, as I said, is at 56.05. Okay, we're very close to it. Now probably it's gonna do some retest over here below. So on the strong rejection point here. Okay, bulls are very determined to break through. That was a move, by the way, I could take it, which I didn't. It's like almost 30 points move. But I have the feeling that this move is gonna continue. It's very violent. We're just waiting to see any acceptance. Also very close if you see the high time frames. Also very close. We're at the yearly previous DVA VWAP, which is it has been tested very much. Probably it's weak now, but it's also something to consider. And then we have the monthly previous DVA low, but there's a very good gap of 20 points. So we'll see how it goes. If it breaks through this area of the weekly and the yearly previous DVA VWAP, I may attempt a long above here somewhere, which is on the chart is 56.13. So it's, yeah, it's above like 56.13 is around this area. Okay, so now we are looking to test this area and see how it behaves. I may get a long if it breaks above, or I may get a rejection. I may trade the short if we find the stronger resistance. We broke through this point very easily. So we'll see how it's gonna play out. I don't like to take longs in an already existing trend unless we have a pullback. So basically, I've just read Mancini's tweets now, and basically he says that since we reclaimed this level, and we built some acceptance and we tested it, this could trigger the longs. And he's right about that, but I wasn't interested in taking. I tried to take a long here, but I tried to take a long here somewhere, or no, here when we broke the shelf, but price reversed, so I broke even, and I missed the spot now because it was right at the opening. So basically, we'll see. I'm just waiting for a pullback, and then probably I'll join the longs, because he says that the 56.15 is the next target. So we'll put here first target. So we have the first target of 56.15. Ideally, I want to see another retest of the lows so I can enter, but we'll see how it goes. There's a big absorption here, you see. So we have 56.15, 56.45 in the second target. So 56 and 56.58. This is the third target if we manage. Okay, so we'll see how it's gonna play out. Okay, this is where I found the rejection is exactly at the weekly VWAP. And just to remind you, it hasn't broken many times this week. It broke once or twice during the news. So if it breaks above, it's a good sign that we actually may continue the trend. So if you see, I'm just gonna maximize it. So basically, you see that so we see we're just breaking the VWAP now, and I think I'm gonna go long. We had our pullback, so it's quite safe to enter now. Okay, I'm entering long. It's a bit at the highs of the extremes, which we may cause a pullback now or a failure. So basically, yeah, we just broke this is the VPOC now. We're at 56.07. Yeah, that's the VPOC, the weekly. I think I entered a bit prematurely, so I might have to take a loss here. I think I might just scale out a little bit. Yeah, actually, I think I'm gonna close my position now. I'm gonna close my position because I entered a little bit too early, because we have the VPOC 56.0750, which is exactly around here. And that's where we found I need to break it above to enter. But it's okay to take some losses because we all do mistakes and no one's perfect. I just have to keep it as minimum as we can. I'm just gonna mark my weekly VWAP, weekly VPOC on my charts, because this plays a big role. And when we clear the VPOC, yeah, it just basically the VPOC almost overlaps the VWAP. That's where we found some resistance. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait to clear this area. Yeah, I'm not gonna enter again longs in this area. I'm just gonna wait to clear above, Or if I see we hold this overnight high and the DVA high, or if we come down and we hold this, I may retry launch from here, but not anywhere here. So we'll see. So basically now using my weekly, this is where we found, this is the weekly VPOC, where we found the rejection. And I think this is a good place to short as well, because you see the VWAP hasn't broken many times, only during the news broke just a little bit. So shorting from here probably is a very good idea. So basically, if I short it from here, just, yeah, that's the weekly. So it's trying to squeeze down, have some movement down. The bulls are pressing, but we find some rejection now. It's a very good place area to short, but I have to think it twice because today it seems like the bulls are in control because we recovered this area and we saw this sudden move. So the bulls may be in control today. So it's not very wise to go against, against the sentiment. We see a little bit of reaction, nothing big so far. We see a lot of absorption. So we'll see how it goes. So we're at the 55.93. So we just crossed the weekly previous DVA low. So basically we crossed that now. We're just, yeah, we're just above here. If we come back in the range, and then I'll consider a short. So basically it's 55.90s. Yeah, we crossed above, so I'm just gonna short it now. That was a big movement. I shorted. I don't know why it went long. Okay, we saw a big rejection, which I suspect is gonna have a follow through. Gonna increase my size a little bit. It broke below the weekly DVA low. Let's see if there's gonna be any continuation. That was a wrong execution because I thought I pressed short and I saw it coming, but probably I pressed the long and I got stopped out. It happens to everyone, but it's a very amateur way to lose money. So let's see if there's gonna be any more continuation. I believe there's gonna be more, but let's see. So now we're trading the weekly high time frame. So we had an elevator down, there was no continuation, and I suspect that something's gonna be now. There's a lot of absorption in there. Okay, I don't see any continuation, or it may take some time. If there's no continuation, we may try and test again the VPOC, which is around here. Let's see. It's a tricky area. The longs are in favor here, to be honest. I think that was the initial reaction from the level, and we may try and squeeze it through again and break it. But there's a lot of absorption, so it's a bit unclear now. As I said, that was another trade I missed because I said that was a good area to short from. It was a weekly VWAP and VPOC together. But I want to see some form of strength from the bulls now to recover in order to go long again. Otherwise, it might be just a pullback. We're trying to enter the weekly previous DVA low now. If we enter it, I'm gonna go long. Okay, we entered. I'll place my stop somewhere here. Okay, and I'm just gonna take some partial profits now. Okay, let's see if we're gonna see any continuation. Okay, we see some strength coming now. So basically what I did is I'm gonna take most of my profits in here. I'm gonna take another one at the top, and then I'm gonna leave a runner because I have the impression that today is gonna be a very bullish day. And I hope I'm gonna recover some of the lost money and at least to break even for the day. Okay, I recovered most of the money now with that move. I'm gonna go to break even. Okay, now we wait for the second target to hit. So there's a lot of absorption, but the buyers are showing very good strength. In any case, we recovered our losses. So we're now looking to get probably what is going to make another pullback now and then pop up. It's a very tricky day. There's some buyers, strong buyers coming in, but the sellers are trying to hold this resistance up here. You see this violent move that was their rejection. But if the buyers keep pushing up, they may eat the sellers or the orders slowly by slowly. But okay, I was taking out. As I say, we might need some pullback. We might see some pullback down here. Okay, seems I'm still down 1%, which is okay. So try not to see, just for this situation to clear out and see where are we gonna trend? Are we gonna dip below? That was a very good move to take, but I missed the entry and I didn't want to go to enter like somewhere midways. If I had taken this entry, that would be enough for the day. It was basically around, let's say, yeah, it was basically around 32 points. Okay, so price got rejected from the weekly previous DVA low. But it can't push lower. And it's my impression we're gonna test the weekly VWAP and the VPOC again. That's my thinking. So we're gonna see now if there's gonna be any reaction again. If I see that we hold this area again, which is the weekly, sorry, the weekly DVA low has moved a lot now. And it's gone to 55, 55, 50, 80, 71. Okay. Okay, so now it's clear. So now it's clear. We see that the price wants to remain within the DVA. So the only logical is to go short from here or take long if we test the weekly DVA low, or go long after we break above. So I'm gonna take long. I'm gonna take a long from here if we test the weekly DVA low towards the VPOC, or if we break above, just gonna enter and for the weekly DVA high. Price so far rejected it once, but it's around here now. So and it can't push lower. So I'm just gonna wait now, price to react in any of these levels. Weekly DVA, weekly VWAP and VPOC together, or the weekly DVA low. And then I'm gonna decide what I'm gonna do. So price now is basically in the middle. There's no winner so far, and seems undecided. We're down 1%, but we saved most of the move here because it was an execution error. I just wanted to short, and for some reason I just pressed the buy button. or there was like a wrong with the data. Could be one of those. But basically, trade of it is quite reliable. It's not like rhythmic, so probably it's me like pressing the wrong button. Okay, just again. Okay, the sellers try to press harder now. But I'm not gonna do anything because, as I said, we're kind of like in the middle now of the range, and I need to wait to see any reaction of the levels. It seems like it's gonna break down, but I'm not interested in that here. This is an area I'm interested in, 55, 58. Here is the weekly DVA low, and it's an area of interesting of because buyers, we had the bulls move after they broke this area. So if they lose it again, it means that we're gonna dip. You see, this is an area they recovered now, and we track the bulls. But it seems that they are losing it gradually. If they lose it completely and we go below, just gonna short from here. There's no high time frame where we are now. It's only the intraday VWAP. But even if I wanted, even if I wanted to short this area, the move was so fast. There was literally no time to adjust my stops or anything. It happened like in a split of a seconds. And usually in such moves, usually there's some kind of continuation. But I will have to wait to see some kind of reaction in this area. It is a bit of a tricky day today. Seems like the VWAP is trying to hold the sellers. Okay. You see, they try to go long, but it's instantly gets like absorbed. So that's a sign that you see there also the volume is very weak there. The difference volume between the buyers and the sellers. if I see a solid candle, okay, solid candle came. Okay, let's see if I see solid candle continuing and breaking above the 55.84, I may try and go long. Even though it's not the area, so but the VWAP has held many times in the past. I'm not sure if it's gonna hold now. It's an area I'm interested as well. It's not this is the primary area I'm interested, but in terms of the VWAP, this is the best price to get in to try for long. But it seems that VWAP is just delaying the inevitable, which is price to go and test this one. Okay, we saw that the buyers was good absorbed, but there's still problems just breaking through. Okay, we need some patience now. I'm sure we're gonna have some sort of setup. What it would be nice also to see, not betting directly here, but if we see some sort of failed breakout on this area, that would be interesting. We see that the buyers are trying to push through, but they can't manage it. We may see now some violet move again to the upside if bulls break through suddenly, but nothing now. That's all getting absorbed. We'll give it some time and see if the weekly DVA low is going to hold or not. If we test this area and we hold, we may do like this, which is failed breakdown to this area and hold this area, which means the long are going to take over here. If we break below, it's a good area to short from towards the 55.20s, somewhere here. But we need first to see the actual testing, because here there are like buyers. There's some buyers in this area. Okay. We see the sellers are breaking through slowly. Okay, we see they are pushing through. Okay, let's see. They're gonna manage to test the 55.58. I would like very much to see weekly DVA low failing. It's a bit tricky and a bit confusing day, but not always is gonna be as we want it. And then it's up to us to do as best as risk management and estimate the situation, as objectively as we can. You see, sellers are trying to break through. Sorry, buyers are trying to break through. Like all getting absorbed. So this one is in an area. It's a high time frame. It's an area that was my line of the sand of the previous day. We see, which seems to be precise. And we see now that here are the sellers, you see, and they try to break, but they can't. If they manage to break above the 55.83, we may see something. It's not it's not ideal, but it's a good indication that it's gonna go long, or at least test the weekly previous DVA low. Yeah, it's not ideal, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, it's kind of risky because the sellers are still there. They're still trying to press. Okay, they're showing some good strength now. I'm not putting a position because there's a lot of absorption now. Yeah, it's not giving me confidence to enter because there's a lot of absorption. There's possible any time to just to reverse. We'll see how it goes. Last time we checked this area, we had a big bullish move. The bulls have tried to be in control. Okay, so we see some good continuation now. I want to see the bulls reclaiming that area, at least that area, because that would mean that we break the previous high, but also it means that they will break above the previous intraday VWAP. But until then, there's nothing, nothing sure. Okay, they're about to retest now. If they manage the weekly previous DVA low, no. So, seems that there is a rejection. There is a rejection from the previous, from the overnight highs. Not a big one though, so it seems that the buyers they can't break through. What I'm gonna see, I'm afraid, is just reclaiming and retesting this one. So I want to see price how it's gonna react here. But remember, it's better if there's no setup, if there's nothing, certain or any bias, or just, sit on your hands, because that's the best thing you can do. So yeah, if I don't something clear, I'm not gonna put any more trades. Yeah, too bad I missed this opportunity here, because I could see that would be a really nice move to take, very nice rejection. Uh, but yeah, mistakes happen, and it's part of the game, I guess. You just have to make sure they're not, we won't repeat the same mistake again. I think it's probably the first time that I made that kind of mistake. So it's trying to balance this out. There's no bias here, it's still fighting in there. Somewhere here is also the 55.92. Okay, here is also the monthly DVA low, which gives selling pressure. Yeah, it seems that the buyers they can cross the monthly DVA low, get inside, and the weekly previous DVA low, which are like overlapping. But this could be temporarily. This could be just temporary because you know if the buyers they keep insisting, they may trim all the sellers' position and open the way to go higher. But that's going to take time. We may see it maybe later in the evening. But so far, we don't see any rejection from the sellers as previously. So that means that the sellers have been weakened. Okay, I'll show you the high time frame. I'll show you the. Okay, this is my high time frame. So you see, there's a lot of absorption here. There's a lot of sideways action. The buyers are trying to push. The buyers are standing here, just right below. They're trying to push higher, but they can't go through the monthly DVA low and the weekly previous DVA low. They're like a kind of like big battle standing within. If we break above, we may see a retest of the highs, and this is something I'm interested in. If we manage to get this 13 points around to the top, and maybe leave a runner just in case it goes, that would be amazing. But so far, nothing much. During the situation, I think I'm gonna enter, if it breaks, I'm gonna enter with very light position because we're already in a drawdown, so I just don't want to make it bigger just in case. I'm just gonna open a position if we break through, and if we break above the yearly 56s, then I may add another one, but let's see now. Okay, it's testing it, it's breaking through now. And I'm guessing it's gonna be a violet move. As I said, it's a tricky situation today. There's no clear winner so far, so anything can happen. Okay, we break. I'm just gonna put it somewhere here. And hopefully it's gonna test it again. I'm gonna put my stop just below this level. It's a very tight stop. If it has a dynamic, you should test it again, or even break it. Just gonna place it a little bit higher, just in case it breaks above. And I'm gonna trail it. As I said, we enter with a very low, very small position. And if it goes in our favor, though, that's fine. Hopefully we'll get like break even for the day. But I have the sense that after so much suppression here, after clears this, after clears this area, it's gonna go up. But it needs to be cleared first, and that's a big if. You see, it finds some absorption there, and I got taken out again. It's break. It's in the same position. Nothing happened. I'm just gonna try and enter again if we break this 55.98. And take it to the next level probably. Oh, that's all the buyers are getting absorbed in here. So yeah, I'm just gonna hold for now. There's a big choppy area in here. It clears above the 56.12. Yeah, it's gonna clear above here if we go to that. It's gonna clear either if we go above here or if we go below here, below this area. So we see another rejection in the same area. Today's Trading is very difficult. I'm not gonna lie. So far, at least. Maybe later, if situation clears a bit. Basically, as Mancini says in his Twitter again, is that the key trade today was the key fact was the reclaiming of the 55.58, which happened early today, happened at 8:30 US, which was during my sleep here, so I couldn't take it. And when I came in the morning, I saw some rejections, I saw some retests. It was basically like sideways action. Uh, I saw two big rejections here, even though I saw there was some kind of, imbalance up forming. I tried to break here, so I took a trade before. Just saw the break of this shelf, you see. I didn't take trades here. I was hoping to take some profits here, but didn't make that far. And I was waiting to bounce up, but it came all the way down. And then my trade to just break even around this level. Ideally, I needed to enter here at the retest, but as I said, it happened just right after the opening, so I just kind of missed it. So we see now bulls are regaining some control, and they're gonna about to test again the weekly and so there's no interest for me to enter here. I'm just gonna resolve the situation. They're about to test again the weekly VPOC and the VWAP. We managed to break even above the 56.08. I may take a trade towards the 56.12 at least. It's the yearly previous DVA VWAP. It's 56.12 is around here. Not here. So if we break above and depending on the price action, I may try and take along from this area, from here to here at least. But that's a big compromise, and that also depends on the price action, how it's gonna look like. Okay, we see sellers just pressing very strongly. But don't forget, besides the overnight action, which was, riding highly, was nothing impressive. And besides these two trades, but they were pretty clean, this one and this one, there was nothing else to trade here. I mean, this is whole choppy area. There's nothing to trade in here. So basically today, so far at least, is you needed to enter pre-market and leave a runner, especially a runner about at the retest here, because this retest was at the VWAP, but also from the key area, from the key level here. So basically the entry was either here or here, and then just leave some runners basically. Take some profits here, here, and then leave a runner at its original position break even, and then, or even just with a small loss, and just wait, for the price, to go higher. That's the ideal trade for the day. But that means that you need to enter at the pre-market. I'm trying to avoid to trade pre-market because I've been burned in the past. Okay, so we see the buyers are just grinding through slowly. We're about to retest now the weekly VWAP. Let's see if they break through, we may see the prices flow a little bit better for the bulls. Okay, I have only about 10 minutes for the live stream, and then I'm gonna be watching the situation on my phone, and I'm gonna take a trade if we see something good happening later. I suspect we're gonna see some continuation of the bulls, like up here, going up, especially if we break above like under this level, which is the killer VWAP, and this level, we may see some really good price action here towards the major target here. But that's, of course, if the buyers manage to push through. We'll see. Just getting ready for I'm getting ready for another rejection if we see this. But I really doubt we're gonna see something similar because that was the initial reaction and I don't see anything happening now. But getting ready in any case. If we break above the VPOC, that's a big step. VPOC is right here. 50, 56.07. We see lots of absorption. Okay. Buyers are still trying to push, so that's a good sign of strength. So we have two scenarios now. Either they're gonna press up, or we're gonna see another retest, which is something I'm very interested in taking. Just gonna wait to see some better reaction from this level. Okay, we see some absorption from the buyers. Okay, something's coming up. They keep pressing. There's a lot of absorption from the buyers. That's why I haven't entered yet. So if we cross this level, I think I'm gonna enter. I will still see like a lot of absorption. Now we see absorption again. So I'm not interested in getting into the situation unless I see some strength from the sellers. The speed of the tape has been very slow now. Yeah, we see some kind of reversal now. So basically that was a pullback. It seems as though it was a pullback. So it was like a pullback to continue higher. So I'll see if we break this level. If I see the price action is decent, I may enter. Okay, I'm gonna put an alert for later, just in case price breaks above the yearly previous DVAV WAP, which is around 56.16. It's a good place. Yeah, that's the first target as well. That's the previous day high. So basically, I'm just gonna put an alert above the previous day high. That's above the monthly previous DVA VWAP and the previous day DVA high. So this must be clear from the sellers in theory. Let's see, we may see some action earlier. Okay, let's see if it's gonna break the VPOC. If we break the VPOC, this is the test of the VPOC now, the weekly VPOC. Oh, the VPOC seems that has moved below. So there's no VPOC now, just the weekly VWAP. The VPOC has moved below at 55.98. 55.98.75. Okay, so we're going for the yearly now, and I'm gonna enter. I'm gonna enter long. The stops below here. Okay, it's clearing now as we saw. So I'm gonna take my position at 56.33, which is the before the monthly previous DVA low. That's my plan. According to the 90s, so 56.31. I'm gonna put it 56.31. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. This I'm gonna put to basically just one, and I'll take. Okay, I'll take two of the contracts at the retest of this level. Okay, I'll take two of the contracts at the retest of this level. Or before, if I see some retracement, I'm just gonna I'm gonna cut my position. On this hope we're gonna test it again, and then I'm gonna leave a risk-free runner just in case. So far, we're up 3%. Okay, so I'm gonna just raise my stop loss below that just in case it retraces. So actually, there's a lot of absorption in there. So I've tightened my stop like a lot, just in case it retraces. I hope it doesn't. It seems like there's a lot of absorption in there. Try to figure out what's happening. Okay, I'm just gonna cut it now. I'm gonna cut it, and because I have to go to work, and we're walking away with around 3% for the day. It's not ideal, but price may continue higher, to be honest, or it may get rejected. Who knows? We may see like a big now, like reversal all the way down. We may see some breakout. I don't know what's gonna happen, to be honest. But before everything else is protecting our gains. 3% is okay. I protected my gains because I'm not going to be on the charts, and I'm not going to risk, having any open position. It could possibly could possibly break out, to be honest, since we have broken above the weekly. But here, don't forget, we're at the previous day highs, so there are many sellers standing there and pressing down. So we may see some pullbacks and then breakout. But I'm not willing to take any pullbacks or losses, so just got my quick scalp, level to level, and that's it basically for the day. 3% is okay for an average day. Okay, so have to go to work. That was a tough day, but we made it through. Another day green, and I think that's the 5th, 9th. Yeah, I think we're on a record now. I think we're like 10, 12 days green. So okay, so have a nice day, have a nice session, and watch out there, watch for good risk management, and have fun, enjoy it.